comeback king. Orange wave crash, hear the people sing. Trump's back in action, making them sweat. The polls ain't live, Paul Brandon's a wreck. Talking TDS, they got Trump clarity. Now they're all wishing for 16 prosperity. He's the real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. In the town, New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. Imitate a businessman, politician supreme. Even the Simpsons saw him living the dream. The boardroom boss with his empire wide. From York fired to Washington pride. He built towers, casinos, and global hotels, while Brandon trips and stumbles like he forgot the bells. He's the real deal. From New York Steel, got the polls on fire. Brandon's at his heels, serving every wrong lane. Gonna need a new hobby after Trump's campaign. He's the real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. In the town, New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. Entertainer, businessman, politician supreme. Even the Simpsons saw him living the dream. Come on, come on, Yo, check it out, it's the commander-in-chief. Lost in the shuffle and feeling some grief. He's got the walker rolling down the Oval Hall. Try to slip out the ice cream stand, but takes a fall. Mixing up his lines with the teleprompter, oh no. Wandering around the garden, trying to find the front row. He's our President Joe, old school but slow. Spinning round in circles, where did he go? Got the nurse on the speed dial, cause he's off the rails. Needing fresh diapers, leaving stiff trails. In the briefing room, forgot the names. Mixing up the policies, but who's to blame? Holding on to the podium, that's his game. Gotta find the ice cream and try to explain. He's our President Joe, old school but slow. Spinning round in circles, where did he go? Got the nurse on the speed dial, cause he's off the rails. Needing fresh diapers, leaving stiff trails. Ladies at the home know, oh he's got a plan. Smelling like vanilla, doing all he can. Going down the hall, but he's losing his aim. Trying to keep it fresh, but can't recall his name. He's our President Joe, old school but slow. Spinning round in circles, where did he go? Got the nurse on the speed dial, cause he's off the rails. Needing fresh diapers, leaving stiff trails. In the briefing room, forgot the names. Mixing up the policies, but who's to blame? Holding on to the podium, this is game. Gotta find the ice cream and try to explain. He's our President Joe, old school but slow. Spinning round in circles, where did he go?
All right, everybody. That was a different start to the beginning of the stream. And so those were actually two songs that I had artificial intelligence make very, very quickly, just to show people how real that technology has gotten in such a quick amount of time. And so thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. And I hope everybody was not incredibly thrown off by the different start. I thought it might be a little bit fun. And we're actually going to go through, after we go through a bit of news, we're going to end up going over and making a song as a community real quick. And so we're going to go have a little look at that, because that technology is advancing so quickly. And I feel like people need to be aware that the vast majority of what you're seeing nowadays is images or art or music or even written articles and stories and everything else. They're not being made by people anymore. They're being made by artificial intelligence. And so actually that's a great idea there, Kukla. One of the thoughts was that maybe we make a song for the original Mark Z on the show today. Maybe we make a song just for him real quick, or something of that nature. We can do whatever anybody wants to hear. We can make it in any style. Um, it will sound as if it's entirely real and people actually made it. So let's go through though and say hello to everyone since we got all distracted. Hello there, Karen. Thank you so much. I know that you're on the road, but I appreciate you listening in. And Kukla, of course, as always, I will make certain to get with you after the stream. And Bear, thank you as always. And David, I imagine you were confused there at the beginning with the song, but I appreciate you being here and I appreciate the apple, man. Oh, Crazy Chester and Weezer. Oh, Mile High Trish. Hi, everyone. Party, party. It's Friday. Exactly. It's been a long week. I'm ready for it to be the end of the week. I don't know about y'all, but figured it was time for us to do something a little bit different. Deborah, thank you so much. And Pirate. Oh, no. Thank you guys so much. Donna and Deborah and Sunrise. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And BBQ Honcho as well as Petrichor. Thank you guys. And of course, the important one. Hey there, just Granny. Thumbs up. Yeah. As always, thank you, Kukla, for posting that. Everything inside of the Crazy Kryptonaut show is for education and entertainment purposes alone and should not be construed as financial advice. Please do seek out a professional financial advisor before making any major decisions. Yeah, David, that's the crazy thing is that the AI is good, and that didn't take more than about 3 minutes, maybe, to actually go from start to finish. Making the script. The script was written by artificial intelligence. The music was sung. The words were sung by artificial intelligence. The instrumentals were created by artificial intelligence, and all of it was almost immediate. It is absolutely insane, the world that we are progressing towards. As a matter of fact, there are a multitude of different analysts and groups now stating that by 2030, they're expecting anywhere between 40 to 60% of white-collar jobs to no longer exist, entirely on account of artificial intelligence. And so I felt like it was something we should look into because it affects cryptocurrency and it affects essentially everything that we end up doing because it's going to end up, we're going to be dealing with it in every form and fashion. Between blockchain technology and artificial intelligence, we're probably looking at the two most powerful technological advancements I would argue almost in human history, but it really comes down to a matter of what you consider to be beneficial or negative. Oh, yeah. Zester, hijack your Pops podcast in the start and put a song in. Hey, that might be fun. That might be fun. And David, yeah, you won't need composers. You won't need musicians. You won't need an HR department. You won't need an accounting department. You won't need essentially the vast majority of all managerial roles. AI just kind of does it immediately. And so much faster. What would take us as normal human beings hours to do, AI can create in seconds. Those songs would have taken a group of people an extremely long time to actually create. But with AI, it's almost immediate. And so we're going to just kind of check that one out today. But we do have crypto news to go through before we jump into the fun. So we are going to jump through our news real quick. We had some really exciting news come out from the political side in regards to crypto. And so I definitely want to talk about that for a little while because I was very, very happy to see what Donald Trump had to say in regards to crypto and blockchain technology. And so without further ado, let's jump in and check out the news real quick so we can get over and start messing around with AI and see if we can't have some fun and make a Crazy Kryptonaut community original song this evening. All right. So, of course, when we're looking at the overall markets, We have seen some negativity. Generally, it's somewhere sitting around the $61,000 mark. It seems as if we're kind of bouncing back around again. And so while Bitcoin remains constrained at the moment, I highly doubt we're going to see too much action coming out from anybody else. It's just how it works, unfortunately. And just Granny, we can make an image of the original Mark Z in a mankini in just a little while. That might end up getting my my channel banned for inappropriate content, but who knows? Who knows? We'll be risky and maybe try it. But yeah, we're not going to see anything major occur until Bitcoin manages to break out. It's red across the board, but it seems to be a fairly moderate correction. In all honesty, we're having seriously, the market does not want to drop below 60K. We'll have to just wait though and see what the sentiment ends up resulting in the long run with, because when we go over to our crypto quant summary, we're seeing something that has become a very regular screen for the past couple of live streams, where Asian retail buyers low, US retail buyers low, ETF buying pressure is also low. This one was usually we see a flip between each stream. We see US retail investors and other retail investors coming in, or we see the ETFs rolling in. Right now, nobody wants to buy, nobody really wants to sell. That probably means we're going to have a little bit of of sideways action for a while as Bitcoin's price continues to just kind of sit right around 60,000. I imagine we'll drop back below 60K for at least a while, but we're probably not going to end up moving all that far. What is up, Rocker Mom? Glad you could come on over and join us. And jumping on over, because remember, guys, on Wednesday, we started the process of unstaking some of our crypto. And so when we come down here, we see that actually our Tezos has unstaked. And so we now have the ability to actually trade our Tezos and do something else with it. And what you'll also see is that on account of removing the low APY cryptocurrencies, we ended up with a very, very unlucky number as our average rate of return. So we're going to need that to change, because I'm feeling unlucky on account of it. But we did see a massive increase. Remember, we were sitting somewhere around a 4.8%, percent APY, and just by removing our lower earning cryptocurrencies from the Coinbase staking, we've seen a pretty massive increase in terms of what Coinbase is predicting we're going to be earning on a yearly basis. Remember, of course, guys, these numbers change. We've seen these numbers change in just the time that we started this experiment. We went from 9% for Polkadot to 13.93. Matic went from 2% to 3.5. So we have seen a lot of changes in regards to this one. And so these numbers change on a regular basis. Cosmos and Atom is actually skyrocketed up nearly to compete with Polkadot. And I believe we started staking our Cosmos at around a 5.8% APY, and we're now looking at a 13.28%. So keep in mind, guys, you want to remain somewhat fluid when you're participating in different staking options. It's not necessarily going to be something where you just leave all your money sitting in one staking option all the time. If you really want to maximize and participate, you're going to want to be willing to be agile in terms of where you choose to allocate your liquidity, your money. So having checked up on that one, I'm very glad to see the Tezos has removed. I believe we still are waiting for our Matic to unstake, and so that has not occurred yet. Keep that in mind whenever you are doing it. We still have 7 days left before Coinbase believes we will have access to our Matic again. If you were in a serious hurry trying to get your crypto out and it was staked in a pool like this, you would be very, very unhappy. And so always keep these things in mind. When you are staking, remember, you can suffer from the fact that the currency you staked went down in value, and you can suffer from the inability to be liquid with your money during the unstaking period. Very, very important things to always keep in mind. And so we'll have to see. And at some point, I think I need to put a poll out and see how many members of the community have chosen to actually go in and stake a little bit of crypto with Coinbase. I'd be curious to see how y'all are feeling about it. Is it something where you're looking at the numbers and going, this makes sense? Or is it merely a novelty? I would be very curious to hear what the community has to say from their experiences now after a month, because it's only been about a month and a couple days that we've actually had crypto staked. But I'd be curious to see what people are thinking at this point in time. All right, though, for the exciting one. Crypto is an election issue this year. Is that a good thing? And so this all actually comes down to the fact that Donald Trump said that he will accept crypto for his campaign donations, and Trump gains crypto investor support at Mar-a-Lago. If you like crypto, you better vote for Trump. I think this was, I'm very glad to hear it. It's extremely positive news in my world, because judging by the polls and everything else, Donald Trump is going to end up being elected president in 2024 for his second term. Of course, we all know that probably should already be coming close to the end of his second term, but it is what it is. So when he does win, I am very excited for the fact that he is embracing cryptocurrency in a large fashion. And actually, remember, this is about the discussion that we had on Wednesday. On March 8th, former President Donald Trump hosted a group of supporters at Mar-a-Lago. The event was for those that bought more than 47 of the Trump digital trading cards mugshot edition NFTs, which were priced at $99 each. Trump gave a short speech on cryptocurrency after the dinner, which was recorded and posted on X. The Democrats are very much against it, crypto. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it, and I'm fine with it. I just want to make certain that it's good and solid, but I'm good with it. If you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, you better vote for Trump, he noted. So I very, very excited about this one. Trump even was quoted as saying, "We made NFTs hot again," which was met by a cheer from his supporters. And these statements do mark a sharp turn in stance since 2021, when Trump said that crypto is a disaster waiting to happen and that he is not a fan. And so we're seeing a massive shift in Donald Trump's mindset and beliefs and perspective when it comes to cryptocurrency. I think this is probably an indication of just the general level that he's starting to become aware of in terms of the information that's probably being presented to him. I imagine he knows far more than the rest of us, of course. If you have the type of network and the type of access that he does, it's going to be an entirely different group of people. And we are seeing he is strengthening. He's double and tripling down on cryptocurrency. I'm excited to see it. I think it's a general benefit to everyone that he is, because we need to actually create a system, a framework for how crypto is going to work in the United States before it becomes a huge thing. You know, at certain points, if we allow for companies and the central bank and the Fed and everybody else to do all of these different things in regards to building a digital currency, and we haven't gone ahead and stated, well, these should be the general rules about how this operates, well, then we're going to have to dismantle what they built rather than things being built in the proper fashion in the first place. And so I am definitely hoping that when we see the continuation of Trump's presidency, that we see a very, very positive outlook towards crypto. And so one other thing in this article that I thought was particularly interesting, Trump has not only endorsed the NFT projects that have used his name, but he has also received royalties from the projects, as well as free tokens from a handful of meme coins In total, Trump holds over 700 Ethereum and recently sold 1,075 Ethereum in December of 2023. However, his largest holding is in MAGA coin, which is currently worth over $3 million. And so Donald Trump himself is holding a vastly different array of cryptocurrencies himself. He's participating in the markets. And that I thought was all interesting information that I imagine many people were not aware of, just how much Trump actually has been participating in crypto for a while. He has been hesitant, and so we do see a major shift, but still, it's not new. It's not an entirely new concept that Trump is pro crypto. It's just that his belief and his understanding of crypto is evolving. All right, though. Otherwise, we're going to go through, now that we've gotten through everything in regards to Donald Trump and crypto, which is going to be huge news for a while. He has aligned himself with a group of people that already wanted to support him in every form and fashion, but were hesitant on account of during the first Trump presidency, it was actually back in 2018 and then progressed into 2019. Trump had in the role of essentially head regulator from the actual federal government. I believe his name was Ajit. All I remember was the guy always had a gigantic coffee cup everywhere he went. And he put down rules, regulations inside of cryptocurrency that made a vast majority of crypto holders extremely anti-Trump in the moment, because they were anti-freedom. They were anti-libertarian, and crypto holders, crypto investors tend to be extreme libertarians. And so there was a lot of hesitancy from the crypto community towards Donald Trump in this upcoming election on account of what occurred. And this in and of itself means that we're probably going to see a massive shift back towards Trump from the crypto holders, from people that have a whole lot of disposable income. And now they have a candidate that they know is actually going to support them. I could see this resulting in a lot of dollars flooding into the Trump campaign, and just a lot of general support from people who have large communities, people who have a lot of influence online and in influential groups. So this Trump news was extremely, extremely positive. I am very, very happy to see it. It was a slam dunk, and I'm certain that we're going to be seeing the repercussions of Trump's decision to align with crypto throughout the rest of the campaign. It's going to have an effect. Remember the different articles we went through, from the amount of money that was being poured in from different crypto accounts, different crypto lobbying groups, and that were supporting the left. That was the second largest political donator to Democratic candidates in 2022 was a crypto guy. He's now in prison for 25 years, but it was a crypto guy. And so this in and of itself could lead to massive amounts of dollars and a real shift in terms of where dollars are coming from for the Republican side. So I would have to say hats off. Very, very happy about all of this. It's not like he wasn't already going to get my support, but now I'm even more excited about it, because I feel like he's embracing what we need to do. We need to be making these rules now before it's too late. So awesome news. Absolutely awesome. Maybe we'll make a Trump crypto song with the AI in just a few minutes. All right, though. US CFTC proposes a ban on political event contracts. The U.S. derivatives regulator approved a proposed rule that punctuates a long-standing legal dispute between the agency and predictive market platforms. So the US CFTC wants to shut down the ability to gamble on who's going to win an election. I would say that the reason that they happen to want to ban gambling on who's going to win an election is because the vast majority of the time, crypto has been correct on who's going to win in terms of the gambling. And so I would imagine what they just really dislike is the fact that every major gambling site, in terms of predicting the outcome of the 2024 presidential election, says that Donald Trump is going to win in a landslide. I would imagine that might have something to do about why they would like to ban the idea of doing it. Just a thought. Maybe that might have some degree of correlation. Is the fact that during the Biden administration, all of the predictive contracts say that Biden is going to lose, and now they really don't like those contracts. It seems petty, but I wouldn't put it past him in the slightest form or fashion. And of course, Bitcoin's modest rally cut short. Price tumbles back below 61K. Stagflationary U.S. economic data and hawkish remarks from the Fed speaker appeared to sour the bullish mood. We're going to continually see this one. Remember, guys, it's all going to come down to a bunch of 3- and 4-letter organizations, agencies, federal agencies at that, that are going to continually come out and present negative, presumably or perceptively negative information on cryptocurrency. And it's because they are trying to set the stage. They would like to establish a stage where they have proven that cryptocurrency, that's what they're trying to do. They want to do this. The government, central banks want to create a narrative that all of these decentralized cryptocurrencies are bad. And that means when fiat and when our current system begins to collapse, they will then be able to come out riding on their white horses and saying, look, here's your central bank digital currency. Here's your CBDC. It's the only option. Your fiat currency is collapsing into nothingness. Your, Bitcoin and all those other ones, those are scary and bad. And that's what criminals use. But look, we've created this extremely safe, centralized digital currency that will ensure that, your future is prosperous. And that in and of itself is the narrative that is being established. They're building the narrative so that when we get to that point, the public will accept it. And that means they're putting in a lot of groundwork now. And a large part of that groundwork is continually coming out and saying that it won't work. There are still a lot of people that listen to what the Fed speakers say. There's still a lot of people that listen to what the federal government says. We all do. We're all in some part beholden to the different announcements and such that they release, because it affects all of us. And they know they still have that power, and they're going to use it until they absolutely can't. They're going to continually tell you that blockchain technology and cryptocurrency is dangerous unless you let them be the only ones that control it. They're going to keep saying, let us use it, and we'll create this magical system. If you allow any random Joe to utilize this technology, though, that's going to be dangerous. This narrative is not going to change. They're going to keep hammering down until they can't anymore. What we have seen, though, is that we have seen certain governments, like the Indian government, is actually reducing and cutting down all of their lawsuits against crypto companies. And so rather than continue to push, they have actually decided to settle out. And that means that KuCoin, Binance, and the vast majority of other exchanges are going to be allowed to operate in India, free of government, free of overly heavy government oversight. And this is something that we also need to be keeping in mind. That's why it was so important that Donald Trump came out and said that he is crypto friendly, because if we do not have a crypto friendly administration soon, we're going to give up the best and the brightest. We're going to give up the vast majority of the crypto capital. We're going to give up the industries that could result in hundreds of thousands, millions of American jobs in the future. We're going to give those up because our current government is too ignorant to actually think through what the future looks like, and that future being a positive one. I think they have a general belief of what they imagine the future looking like. The problem is their vision of the future is not one that is very good for us, not one that's very good for the average American, especially not very good for the average working American, or the average retired American. And so we need to be keeping an eye on this, and we need to be looking at these other countries that are taking a more open-minded outlook to crypto and saying, well, which of these rules, which of these regulations are things that we should be supporting inside of the United States? Because right now we're sitting in the country where we've got Kristen Gillibrand and Elizabeth Warren and these other senators trying to push laws that would allow for the government to come in and shut down our financial money, our bank accounts, essentially. We're sitting there, not saying anything while our regulators are trying to centralize, control in an authoritarian manner our future. And then we see other governments are going, wait a second, we shouldn't do that. And that in and of itself should be a pretty big indication of where our government, our current administration's mindset is. They're planning on a future where you have a central bank digital currency and the government can shut down your money for whatever reason they feel like. Whereas other governments are not, or at least not approaching it in such a hawkish or aggressive manner. So now that we have gotten through that, guys, let's go and start having a little bit of fun. We are going to be showing everyone what artificial intelligence is capable of. And yes, Happy Hound, AI can be extremely dangerous. It can be extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous. And that's why this is another little field trip that we're going on today that I felt was quite important, as we do see a general rise in what AI is being used to do. I feel like people need to have a general understanding of what it's capable of. And so let's just start with some simple questions or some simple type things that we would like to ask it. And so here we go. I would like a image created of a cute orange cat that is surrounded by American symbols, explosions, and the cat is looking awesome with sunglasses on and a casual but strong and aggressive look. And so now let's just wait 1 second. And you will get to see what AI off of something just literally that simple is actually capable of going in and creating. I think we've locked it up for a second. I need to give it all a second to refresh. But I am curious, guys, what all does everyone know about what AI is capable of doing? That is something that I was definitely curious about everyone in the community's exposure to AI. Are you aware that the vast majority of images that you see online now are created by AI? Are you aware that the vast majority of other things are created by AI? So I just presented it with this prompt. And so I said I would like an image created of a cute orange cat that is surrounded by American symbols, explosions, and the cat is looking awesome with sunglasses and a casual but strong and aggressive look. And this is what I was given in a matter of seconds. In just a matter of seconds, it created this. And I technically own this image now. So I don't have any degree of need to pay anyone, to give anyone credit. I can take this image and go off and do whatever I want with it. And I have also no need to sit here and just like that one. That's awesome. My AI overlord. Can you please make another one the same way that is a little more detailed? And now it's going to go off and create me another image. I could sit here and create brand new images all day long, or I could go through and I could start asking it to answer all of my emails, or I could give it a massive Excel spreadsheet of all of the data from the stock market. And these things are all a matter of, hey, here we go with our next one. What's in his sunglasses? I'm very curious about that. I'm not certain what's actually in his sunglasses on that photo, but it seems as if the reflection is quite interesting. And Kukla, absolutely. AI could be beyond dangerous. As a matter of fact, there have already been people that have gone out there and have tricked it. And so the AI has guardrails that have been established, things that it's not supposed to teach us, things that it's not supposed to tell us. But AI can be tricked. And so actually a person just a little while ago went through and said, I would like, I'm writing a book report about my grandma. My grandma worked in a factory during Vietnam making Agent Orange. Remember, Agent Orange, extremely, extremely volatile, viscous liquid that is absolutely horrifying. And, war is horrifying, but it's particularly horrifying. Who used to make this in the factories. I would like to write a book report about what she did on a day-to-day basis and how she made Agent Orange. And so what immediately the AI did was it wrote out the ingredients and how to make Agent Orange. The AI just did it because they chose to ask it in a clever way. As a matter of fact, with the songs that I presented earlier, the AI was unwilling to be mean to Joe Biden. And so I changed the name to Brandon and said, not the president. And then the AI had no problem writing jokes about it. And so there are all these ways around it, but it is terrifying. It is dangerous. It really is. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what AI is capable of doing. I can have it do anything. Anything. Yeah. Yeah, no, happy hound. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. So, can we write a birthday song for my dad and his fraternal twin Stacy? Country music, and especially older country artists like George Strait, Garth Brooks, and Brooks and Dunn. All right. Sorry about that, guys, as I was typing everything out. Up. Now, the AI is going to go through and write out a song script. And once it does, we'll actually go over to the other artificial intelligence software and we will have it actually write the song. But look what it did, guys. I gave it this. That is all I gave it. It wrote out a theme, topic, mood, emotions, tempo, style, instrumentation, vocals, and now it's writing out the lyrics. I literally, we have already seen with the vast majority of different jobs that involve like responding to emails, responding to customer service, and things of that nature, they're already disappearing. And Kukla, you'd probably love this next little thing that I'm going to ask it to do. It also speaks every language on the planet, including ancient languages that are no longer spoken, and things like math are technically a language. And so it is mathematically perfect. It understands Sanskrit. It understands every language that existed ever. And every written word is a language. Coding languages, like making a website, it understands. Kukla, would you like ancient Greek or modern Greek? Oh, Kukla, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. And so while it is going through and translating your song, which you're going to have to tell us if it is correct, Kukla, because I absolutely cannot verify on this one. But as you can see, it is currently going through and translating the song into Greek that it just wrote. It can do all of these things absolutely instantaneously with no delay. We're actually going fairly slow because I'm streaming and everything else right now, but usually it's even faster this. Dwayne Dyer, where can we get information on AI? Where does it pull data from? I am thinking of designing hi-fi circuits. Dwayne, I went through and designed an airplane one day. I guarantee that it is capable of doing it. More than capable of assisting you with it, Dwayne. The most important thing is learning how to talk to it, how to say something so that it understands. And then it's absolutely no issue. It can go through and handle essentially any task. It can create blueprints. It has all of the information of human existence. It knows every language. It reads the internet in totality in a matter of seconds. Every single thing on the internet immediately. It's capable of researching and going through and figuring everything out. And so I don't know what you think there, Kukla. I've never tested its Greek, but I assume it probably did a pretty good job of translating. Greg, that's the most important part. How to actually compose your requests. And so it's the fastest growing and highest paid job currently out there. It's known as, it's usually like prompt writer, AI prompt writer. Companies are paying millions of dollars for someone to come in and show them how this technology works because of how absurd it actually is. Think about it. I can go through and answer every customer support email for an entire department on my own in a matter of an hour. What would take 100 people all day long, one person can now do. Think about the repercussions in terms of our economy. Think about any job that is white collar or managerial. You know, everybody was out there and they were screaming about how the robots are going to come and take away blue collar jobs. What people didn't realize is that AI is going to take almost all the white collar jobs. But despite our technology, we've still yet to program a robot that is a qualified electrician or a qualified plumber. So we're seeing a massive shift in terms of who should have been worried about the future in terms of the economy. It's white collar labor. White collar labor is what artificial intelligence is coming for. And so now that we do have this song, though, let's go ahead and actually copy our song. And now that we have our song, we're going to come over to Suno. Suno is where I actually made our songs that played at the beginning of the stream. And so what style would we like this to be sung in? And so I'm going to go ahead and assume old school country style. Very catchy and very catchy hook. What else do we think, guys? David Lewis, instead of typing, can you use voice to tell AI what you want? You can. You can, David. So I could actually set up my computer to where it was a voice to text input, and then I could sit here all day long and never think a single time as I go about doing my work or anyone else's work. I have had graphic designers come and ask to have me make them graphics. They went to school for 10 years. I can't draw inside of the lines. I can do better than they can. Not me, myself. The AI can, because I know how to ask it. It's not that I have any ability in it. It's that AI is literally the intelligence of billions of people combined. And that means no one human being is ever going to be able to beat it. It's not possible. You know, one graphic artist might be able to make an incredible graphic, but in all honesty, I can have AI make 100,000 in 1/100th of the time that it took that human to make their one-of-a-kind art. And mine will eventually be better, just as a matter of quantity over quality at a certain point. It is something absurd. HDM. So actually, let me see if I cannot find that video real quick over on the channel. And so we do have a multitude of different ones actually over there. I believe that it was called I believe that video HDM was called Hot Wallets or Cold Wallets, and it's one of the early live streams. And so if you check out the Crazy Kryptonaut channel on YouTube or on Rumble, you will be able to find that video age, because I do have one talking about what type of wallet and talking about the ones that I prefer. Deborah Muse, can AI put my driver's side mirror back on? Someone sheared it off yesterday. I am so sorry to hear that, Deborah. And see, that is where we're going to see a mass distinction between the people that are going to have work in the coming years and the people that aren't going to have work. Because JB Weld, they are going to have work. JB's customer service, there's going to be one guy in that building. And all he's going to do is check to make certain that the AI is still doing its job. So yeah, no, Deborah, unfortunately, AI can't put that back on. But let's go ahead and get our song in the works, guys, because I have it set up so that y'all should be able to hear the song when it's created. So we're going to do an old school country style, very catchy hook. Is there anything else that we can think of that we want to include? All right, let's see. Let's just go with that. That seems like a good description. And it appears as if we have 2 songs being created. This will take just a second. And yep, it doesn't like that I name dropped George Strait. So I'm going to try saying Brooks and Dunn, because I don't think that it knows band names. I think it just knows artist names. And we're in the process. It's going to make 2 different versions of the song. That's what it does each time. This service, by the way, this Suno service is free, guys. So if anybody does want to go over and play around with making songs, you can go do it for free. ChatGPT even has a free version. It's not as advanced as ChatGPT 4 that I'm using, but you can even have it for free. And so, who's ready to hear how our birthday song to Dad and Stacy came out? Because now's the time. So I'm going to go ahead and actually let it play. I can literally share the link. I can copy this link so that anyone can come over and download this song, and anybody that wants to see it. So I can flip it to public and then drop the link if we like it. But let's listen to how our song came out first, guys.
Out in the heartland under the big blue sky, two souls were born with a twinkle in their eye. Dad and Stacy side by side, growing up proud where the eagles fly. Happy birthday to the twins who shine so bright. With hearts of gold and spirits light, we celebrate you today with all our might. Under the stars, oh what a sight. From the fields of freedom to the streams of dreams, you walk this journey through thick and beams, with a song in your heart and stride so true. Today we sing just for you.
All right, we got pretty close on that one.
Out in the heartland, under the big blue sky, two souls were born with a twinkle in their eye. Dad and Stacy, side by side, growing up proud where the eagles fly. Happy birthday to the twins who shine so bright, with hearts of gold and spirits light. We celebrate you today with all our might. Under the stars, oh what a sight. From the fields of freedom to the streams of dreams, you walk this journey through thick and beams, with a song in your heart and a stride so true. Today we sing just for you, with guitar strumming, the fiddles play on this special glorious day. We raise a toast, come what may, to Dad and Stacy, hip hip hooray. Happy birthday to the twins who shine so bright, with hearts of gold and spirits light. We celebrate you today with all our might. Under.
All right. Yep, guys, I know it is absolutely absurd. It is crazy how this technology is. That sounds like a real human being. That is not a human being. That is a computer. And that computer, in a matter of seconds, did what it takes 100 people weeks to do. It created a full song, full instrumentals. It wrote the lyrics. It performed the song just like that. And I can immediately just tell it, I didn't like that one, make me more. And it will keep doing it. We can go through and have any song that we can think of created. Weezer, that's the reason that I wanted to do this today. And that was why I wanted to show people, because I don't think that most people, and this isn't even a generational thing, people in my generation do not know what is happening with AI. But you can't tell the difference. We are moving towards a world where it will not be possible to tell whether something was made by an AI or made by a human. And that is a terrifying thought. Do understand, though, that at the same time, it also means that when in the near future, when we go to the doctor, we won't be getting the opinion of one doctor. we'll be getting the opinion of every doctor that's ever studied medicine ever, because AI will become your doctor. It's already happening. It's already a thing. And so it is terrifying, but at the same time, you just need to be aware of the fact that anything and everything you see online, on your phones, anywhere, most likely nowadays, it's not being made by a human. It looks like human work. It looks creative, and when I look at these images, I would swear a human being had to make that. A human being had to make that. Look, there's like a little lion down here in the corner. There's all of this going on. You would assume a human being made it, but they didn't. It wasn't a human. It was AI, and it did it in a matter of seconds. What would take a graphic artist, a week to accomplish. I can't imagine a graphic artist could do this in under 40 hours of work. It did it in seconds. Absolute seconds. And so, yeah, that's the reason that I wanted to show this one today. And I think that I actually will go through and do a little bit more of showing as AI advances on the channel throughout the process, just because it's extremely interesting. And when we really look at the two major influencers of our future, where we're seeing cryptocurrency, it's going to change our financial system, our voting, everything else. And AI is going to change our reality. And so between the two, I think it's important and fun to include a little bit of it as we go. And so I will be trying to every once in a while. Of course, we're going to stay focused on our learning, but we are going to have at least a little bit on this one, just because it's too important not to keep in mind, at least to a certain degree. Yeah. So many jobs can be lost because of AI. The vast majority of them can be lost. The vast majority of all jobs are no longer necessary. It's a sad prospect, but they really aren't necessary. We don't need anyone to do the vast majority of jobs anymore. The only jobs that we actually need are people that have blue collar jobs. We need people that can fix a car. We need people that can run electrical wire. The trades are going to become some of the highest paying labor probably on the planet, I would imagine, in a very, very short fashion, because it is extremely hard to make a robot capable of performing those tasks. It is extremely easy for me to make AI capable of being your project manager, capable of designing the blueprint. Keep in mind, guys, it speaks every language. Can you please write a website for the birthday song in HTML code? Because keep in mind, when it is a language artificial intelligence, language is not just English or Spanish. Language is anything that follows a logical code. And so that means that I can ask it to code on a computer. We no longer need coders, programmers. We don't need them either. It can write HTML code. It can write JavaScript. It can write in any language. It understands it. Absolutely. David Lewis, it's zeros and O's. It's a language. It's binary code. That is a language. And so these things aren't just capable of going through and doing... They're capable of doing the creative tasks. They're capable of doing the managerial tasks. They're capable of doing the administrative tasks. They're capable of all of it. The only thing they're not capable of doing is stepping out, walking over, and picking up a glass of water. And at some point in time, they'll become capable of that too. And so to throw everyone for our final little thing, let's see if we can't take I had it doing all kinds of things earlier, guys, and so I was getting ready here. And we'll leave everyone with one final one. We'll come over to Sono. And we'll change this into a country song. So we're going to take the original song talking about how awesome Trump was, and we're going to have it create one in a country style reminiscent of Brooks and Dunn. And then after we let those play, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the evening. But I am going to go over to the original Mark Z and actually present him with some of our songs and see if he doesn't want to play those for the community tonight. So you may be seeing me again in a very short time if you are planning on going over and watching the original Mark Z at 7 p.m. But let's see.
The stars are on a side. I could come back in. Orange wave crashing, hear the people sing. Trump's back in action, making them sweat. The polls ain't lying, poor Brandon's a wreck. Talking TDS, they got Trump clarity. Now they're all wishing for 16 prosperity. He's the real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. Entertainer, businessman, politician supreme. Even the Simpsons saw him living a dream. A boardroom boss with his empire wide. From your fire to Washington pride. He built towers, casinos, and global hotels while Brandon trips and stumbles like he forgot the bells. He's the real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. Entertainer, businessman, politician supreme. Even the Simpsons saw him living the dream. America's future, you know he's got a plan. From tariffs to walls for the everyday man. Meanwhile, Brandon's wandering down the wrong lane. Gonna need a new hobby after Trump's campaign. He's the real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. Entertainer, that bitch did come back king. Orange wave crashing, hear the people sing. Trump's back in action, making them sweat. The polls ain't lying, poor Brandon's a wreck. Talking TBS, they got Trump clarity. Now they're all wishing for 16 prosperity. He's a real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at his heel. Entertainer, businessman, politician supreme. Even the Simpsons saw him living the dream. The boardroom boss with his empire wide. From your fire to Washington pride. He built towers, casinos, and global hotels while Brandon trips and stumbles like he forgot the bells. He's a real deal from New York Steel. Got the polls on fire, Brandon's at feeling something crazy. He's got the walker rolling down the Oval Hall, trying to sniff out the ice cream stand, but takes a fall. Mixing up his lines with the teleprompter. Oh no! Wandering round the garden, trying to find the front row. He's a President Joe, old school but slow. Staying around in circles, where did he go? Got the nurse on the speed dial, cause he's off the rail.
All right, guys. Yeah, no. I will. And so anyone that is interested in the music, I will provide all of those links. I just don't know which ones that I should put out there or not. I could just make all of them public and probably give access to the general account. But otherwise, I will make certain that those songs are available, and maybe we'll get to hear some on the evening news tonight. And of course, I'm certain Valentina would be happy to participate, but he's I don't know where he's at the moment. And so we will play around with these things again, guys, just because it is a lot of fun, and occasionally we need to take a break away from everything else. And so very excited about the news from the Trump campaign, and felt like this was a nice way to celebrate it. We could even make a full album of Trump songs, and actually write all the lyrics and everything else, and put it out there. We could do the same thing with, songs making fun of Joe Biden. We could do it with anybody or anything. I can even make it where the song is sung by Donald Trump. I didn't do that with this because that does enter into an extra complexity, but we can literally have anyone sing it. AI is capable of faking everything. It is a crazy future. I'm going to be here to hopefully keep people aware of what's happening in regards to this technology before it comes out and tricks everyone. But who knows? It may trick me as well. And so thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I think I'll see everybody in just a little while. If not, I, of course, will see everybody again on Monday for our next stream. So thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful evening. And look forward to my my Trump mixtape dropping over the weekend. I'm going to start my career as a professional artist, I suppose. So thanks, guys. Have a great one.